Hello YouTube, this is Morgan, Airspeed Prime here with my next Avatar and Korra news update video. Yeah, surprisingly there has been a pretty nice run of Avatar news since Comic-Con and in the build-up to Comic-Con. So two things to cover here. First up is a piece of news that you've probably heard me talk about if you listened to the podcast I uploaded to my channel, and it's obviously up on the side and stuff like that. I uploaded that one because it was a kind of SDCC special. All we were doing was talking about the news, so I thought it's a good way to put it up. But in the middle of all the SDCC news, we also talked about this other piece of news that didn't directly come out of the convention, and that was that we basically got the reveal of all 20 posters in the Avatar poster collection. So this is a product coming out from Dark Horse Comics. It's coming out in just a few weeks. I think it's August 12th, I think it might be, is the release date or something like that. It's in or around the teen dates of August. It's really not that far away. I'll definitely keep you guys informed as to when it actually is coming out as we get closer to the day. But for a long time, we've known about this book for a long time, that we were getting a poster collection. But we haven't known what exactly is going to be in the book in terms of what posters, just that Mike and Brian were choosing them all. But Amazon have updated, and now we have the back cover of the book, which basically just lists all the different posters. You can see the image here, so definitely pause it and have a look at them all and stuff like that. It's a very small image, you don't get a great look at everything, but it gives you an idea of what it is. And overall, with regards to the selection, I'd have to say that I'm a little bit disappointed. There is a lot of scenery stuff here, a lot of background shots of the kind of scenery of the show, which is really good art. It's nice, but in terms of like, if you ask me to think of like what sort of stuff would be in a poster collection for Avatar, I would have maybe one or two scenery pieces, whereas of the 20, I think 11 are scenery pieces, and some of them aren't the most notable pieces of art. Like, there's just the Fire Nation throne room, like Ozai's throne room, as like a piece of art. It looks cool, it's a really cool piece of concept art, but as a poster, I don't think it's really like worth like hanging up on your wall, because yes, as an Avatar fan, you know it's the throne room, but with no characters there, it's just a piece of concept art, and it doesn't really, for me, fit as a poster. It is more of an art book thing, so I really feel like they missed the point on a good majority of these posters. And there are some really good ones here too, like some of the DVD cover ones are very nice, like obviously the one that's the cover for the book, the Aang kind of in darkness kind of one. There's the Katara one. There's a couple of in-universe posters, one of which is the Appa Wanted, not the Appa Wanted poster, but the, Aang's kind of help me find Appa poster, and then the wall scroll type thing of Ozai, basically the image of him that he has up, and that's up in the Fire Nation capital. And there's a few other ones, very notable pieces of art there from the show, kind of just they're kind of more kind of promotional material type shots. So it's one of those things, like, the book is only going to be, I think, $25 when it actually comes out. So it's either way, it's going to be worth it. They're fairly big posters. I think it's 12 by 16 inches is what it's going to be, and there's 20 posters, so it's definitely worth the money. But just it really seems like they missed the point on a few of these images. Like, I like some of the kind of scenery ones, but I think half of them I feel are just too kind of not obviously Avatar, and they don't really stand out as being Avatar without Avatar characters in the image to really kind of like come across like it's really Avatar. So I'll definitely talk about it more when I get the book. This reveal hasn't done anything to make me not want the book, but it's just a bit like, Mike and Brian choosing these, like, you can sort of see that they chose it, like they're very close to the show, and maybe they didn't really choose them to appeal to the fans so much as just, hey, these are 20 nice images, we'll put them in. I definitely feel like they needed more character stuff. Like, there's no Toph. Toph is not in this book at all. I think one of the images has Zuko on it. like one Katara, two, I think two of Katara on it, a couple of Aang obviously, but no Toph, none of the villains really apart from the one with those eyes. So it's a little bit disappointing, definitely the selection here. I definitely want to know your guys' comments on what you think is what you think of these posters. Again, the book's not too far off; it's under a month away, so we'll very quickly know soon enough how it looks in person. Maybe the scenery ones stand out a lot more, just seeing it full blown up as a poster. But the other piece of news, which is the main piece of news I want to talk about for this video, is that we have got announced that there's going to be an Avatar The Last Airbender, the complete series release on DVD. No Blu-ray, just a DVD release. And it's coming out October 6th for America and Canada. And the main thing about this is that it's not what you think it is. The lack of a Blu-ray kind of gives you the hint that it's not what you think it is, and then the full reveal about what it is. This is just a repackaging, basically. That's what this is. This is just the American special edition, I think it's book 1 water set, the standard edition book 2 earth set, and the standard edition book 3 fire set, all just packaged with new covers for each of the volumes, and then a new piece of art for the overall collection. It's cool for America and Canada because it's the first time that they've got a complete series release. Before this, they've just had the individual seasons released. So that's cool. I do really like the new pieces of art that Brian Konietzko has actually done for these. It looks really cool, I think, and definitely if you're like a collector, I'd say it's almost worth just buying the set just for the art and to have just this one package that is like the complete series. So I'll just go through the images kind of here briefly, just show them off slideshow style for about a minute, so you can see all 4 of the images here. So yeah, they're very nice. I like that they're very minimalistic. I like that there isn't a background on them. Kind of, it's just white, and then you have Aang in kind of full color basically on the front of all of these things because he's our main character, and then in the background, in the color that represents that book, you have kind of his teacher slash the most important characters in that book. So it's Katara and Sokka for book 1, it's Toph for book 2, and it's Zuko for book 3. I think it's very fitting. It really hits the points very well, and I assume there's some new piece of art on the back that'll be interesting. Maybe that's where we get the villains and stuff like that. But overall, like I like the art, but the problem is that okay, it's a re-release. This year is the 10-year anniversary of Avatar: The Last Airbender. It makes sense to finally do an American complete series package. But there's nothing new about the actual discs here. This is going to be a 16-disc set. 6 discs for the book 1 water set, which is 5 discs with the episodes, and then 1 disc with the special edition, the special features. And then it's just 5 discs for book 2, 5 discs for book 3. It's just the standard edition DVD. There's nothing remastered about this, as far as I can tell. This is completely just a repackaging of old stuff. Best way to represent this is I have the UK single editions and the UK collected edition. So I think that at this stage it's about a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago at this stage, where we got this released. Avatar: The Last Airbender, the complete 3-book collection. And as you can see, it's a new piece of art for the overall collection of it. And inside you have the... Let me just take these out, if I can. It's in there pretty tight. Here we go. Okay. So, you get the book 1 in the standard DVD case, book 2 standard DVD case, book 3 standard DVD case. Which is cool. It is a repackaging, but as you can see, there's nothing different really about the individual set compared to the one you get in here. The discs are the exact same. They haven't done anything to fix any of the issues with the original release. There's no added extras. It's just all the exact same. at least when it comes to the UK side of things. And finally, book 3, same. So, you know, that's the situation you're looking at when you get the American one. It's obviously going to be the different art that is the one that Brian did, but fundamentally I think that's the kind of thing you're going to get. You're going to get 3 standard DVD cases and a box that looks something like this, but with the new art. Now, as for my, I suppose, opinions on it and stuff like that, am I going to get it? I probably will actually get it, because the thing about the UK DVDs, and being a fan from the kind of Ireland, UK, is that we have really bad extras on our DVDs. I think on across all 3 sets, there's about maybe 5 episode commentaries, and they're all on the book 3 set. And they're all for some of the kind of middle episodes. You don't really get any of the really important episodes with commentaries on it. And then there's like a few little things here or there on the DVDs. But it's nothing like the extras that are on the American DVDs, which has commentaries for, I think, most, if not all of the episodes, especially in the later seasons. And so it's at the situation where I have not heard barely any of the Avatar The Last Airbender episode commentaries, and it's something I really want. So I'm definitely going to get this set purely to get the extras that I haven't got before. And this is a really nice set to get that stuff in, because I really like these new pieces of art that's going to be the covers for everything. And I want to see the new extras. And, you know, of course I have to play them on my laptop, because that's my only thing that can play American DVDs here. But for me, having never got these before, it's fine. But for anyone actually in America who has the individual sets, you definitely just have to weigh up at this stage. Is the art, is the fact that it's a complete collection, it's a new release to celebrate the 10-year anniversary, is that enough to just make you rebuy the same thing again? Are you a big enough of a collector to where you want this? I know a few people have already said that, you know, hey, I've had my like individual sets for a very long time. The discs are kind of getting scratched up a bit. I'm going to get this just to have like new, just kind of mint in box discs. And that's definitely an interesting way to look at it as well. Obviously, my situation's a little different in that I want it for extras that I haven't had the chance to listen to before. But, you know, that's the situation it is. Right now, again, the release date is October 6th. And the price Amazon have up for it right now, it's a pre-order at $42.99, which isn't too bad. That's actually a pretty decent price when you actually break it down in terms of like compared to the price of the individual sets compared to this one. This works out very nicely. So I'll definitely be putting in a pre-order at some point. I assume the price will actually go down as we get closer to release. So I'm excited for this. I know a lot of people aren't massively excited and would have preferred some sort of a remastered thing, a Blu-ray release, but as I think a few people who are much more knowledgeable about DVD and how you see TV shows are remastered, apparently Avatar might actually be one of those shows that there's a really hard time to actually do any sort of remastering on, just because do they actually have any sort of a way to do that to this show? That could be the case. Like, we may just be stuck with Avatar in 4:3 aspect ratio forever because of the way Nickelodeon aired it and whatever way they archived the stuff. They maybe don't have the technology to go back and actually change it unless they redo the series completely, which isn't going to happen. So it's disappointing for people looking for Avatar in HD, for sure, but maybe something will happen in the future. I would actually hope that in a couple of months' time that they announce a Legend of Korra complete collection, and they do the covers in the same sort of art style, this minimalistic style with, you know, Korra in the front of every cover with something important to that season in the background, probably the villain or something like that. I would really like to see that, just to have these two sets that visually have the same kind of style over the course of them and stuff like that. So I hope they do that eventually, because obviously all 4 sets for Korra are out, but there's no complete set for Korra yet. So that's basically all the news there is. You know, it's definitely 2 pieces of news that are interesting about two products that are coming out, but not completely positive. The posters aren't the best. It isn't the best choices that I think fans would want. And then the DVD, while it's cool to have this extra option, you know, a complete set for the first time ever like this, um, it's not exactly what the fans want. And I think that's just the way things have gone for a while now. It's just like that. We have these very specific wants. We're not quite getting them, but either way, it's fun. So yeah, the in terms of other stuff, like obviously the poster collection is the next product due to be released. Sometime next month, the Zwire Industries regular edition Lynn statue will go up for pre-orders and sale and stuff like that. So we'll see how many of them they made in terms of the regular edition and how that goes. Will they or won't they have international shipping on those? It's going to be a really big thing. I know I'm not going to be interested in the Lin statue. Definitely going for like a Korra and Aang before Lin. Um, but yeah, there's that. You know, there's still a lot of other products to come out. Like Smoke and Shadows is out in September, Part 1. It's October 27th, I think, is when Avatar Legacy is coming out. Plus, there's all this other stuff coming out over the course of the next couple of months. So that has been the news video for this week. So thanks for listening, and bye.